Hey Virgo, this reading today is for all of my single Virgos, and we're going to see what could be coming towards you this week when it comes to love. So this is for Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and of course for any of you lovely cross-watchers dealing with a Virgo romantically. Now I do like to remind you, Virgo, these are general readings, may or may not resonate, totally okay. You are always welcome here to take what works and leave the rest. So, before we get into it, I gotta say happy Halloween. What are you up to? What are you doing? Are you celebrating? Are you dressing up? Are you going out? Are you carving pumpkins? Let me know what you're up to if you do happen to celebrate Halloween. Happy Halloween to everybody out there. And just kind of hoping that it's not going to be too spooky when it comes to love for this week, but we're going to have to jump into the tarot and find out what's going on. So let's get right to it, my single Virgos, and let's see what this week could be bringing you when it comes to love. Hopefully it's a treat and not a trick. Let's see. First card coming out. Ooh, okay. Tricky energy to start with. So we've got the Nine of Swords, which is somebody getting up in their head and like really overthinking something. So let's see where this goes. It could be you overthinking something, or somebody else could be overthinking. Let's see. Tell me more. Seven of Wands. Guarded energy. Very defensive. Somebody is like, I'm not going to let you in. I got my shield up. Tell me more, please. And then the Death card. Interesting. I don't know, you guys. I gotta say, I feel that this week could be about finding some sort of finality to a complicated romantic situation. What I'm feeling here is that for those of you resonating with the message, I'm getting a really big situationship kind of vibe here, Virgo. Okay, so as always, like I say with my readings, they're not going to resonate with everybody. Take it or leave it. What I'm seeing today is that you might be involved with somebody where you're hanging out, right? Casually seeing each other. It's not defined. You're not dating. They've made it clear you're not dating, but you kind of do things that are dating-ish. Have you ever had this where it's like, you're with somebody and you're kind of doing all the things that you would do if you were dating somebody, but like they refuse to put a label on it and they're like, no, it's just casual. It's just a situationship, right? That's the energy I'm picking up on here. So what I see happening is that there's probably a lot of uncertainty about this connection. So with the Nine of Swords, it's like all of these what ifs, like, what if this happened? What if that happened? Could we be together if this changed? Could we be together if that changed? But the challenge here is that I also see a lot of emotional guardedness with the Seven of Wands. It's kind of like you might be dealing with someone who really has their guard up. It's like they may love you, they might be really into you, but like they're really holding back. Now the Death card is where things get really interesting, okay? It's not about a literal death, to be clear. It is about an ending that leads to a new beginning. So there's like some really big energy this week, Virgo, to suggest that there will be something that ends and it leads to a new beginning, right? So I could kind of see this going one of two ways. Like there could be something that completely transforms in this connection. So if you're dealing with a situationship with somebody and things have been stuck and it's been weird, you might see some big changes in the dynamic of that relationship. Maybe the old version of the relationship is out and maybe you're moving towards a different dynamic, something new, something fresh within the connection. What it could also be is you deciding that you don't want to give your time and energy to this situation anymore. You want it to be over and you're going to start to explore new connections. I could see it going that way as well. So very fascinating, Virgo. Like I said, I know it's kind of specific, but we're going to see where it goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this person and I'm going to look at you. So we're going to look at their overall energy this week, what they could be feeling, what actions they could be taking. I'll look at the same thing for you, and then we will look at the outcome. So let's see how this shakes out. Tell me about this person who Virgo is involved with, please. That's fascinating. Fascinating. Two of Cups. This is a soulmate card. So this is showing up for your person. It's kind of suggesting that they have got some pretty big feelings for you. Whether or not they're good at showing it is another question, but obviously they got the big feelings here, okay? Tell me more about this person's energy. Two of Wands, yeah. But it's like, there's something holding them back. The message I'm getting here is, can we even have a future together? And what I think I'm picking up on here, Virgo, is that I almost feel that whoever you're involved with is holding back. Not because they don't love you, but because I'm getting the words, they feel it's an impossible future. Okay? So when I hear that, it feels like your person thinks there's something that could be standing in the way of the two of you actually fully being together and committing. Whatever that is, it's general reading, so take it if and how it resonates. It's like there could be some sort of situation or circumstance where your person feels that because of that, the two of you could not have a future together. So they've kind of been holding back, having their guard up, when evidently they do love you and have these feelings, but they're also not sure if there's even a realistic future. So it's like they don't want to fully jump in and get hurt. Let me know if that resonates. Tell me more. Judgment. Interesting. I mean, judgment is about compatibility. It's a card about figuring out, do we have a future together? Is there the potential, which fits with what I was just saying? It's also a card of forgiveness and second chances. So it could also be that your person has been pushing you away, but then comes around and asks for forgiveness and asks for a second chance. This could be a wild week, you guys. Seriously. What could they be feeling? Ten of Cups. This is wild, you guys. Wild. Ten of Cups is the happily ever after card. We have literally had the soulmate card and the happily ever after card showing up for your person. And I'm like, what the heck are they doing? You know what I mean? Because I actually do think they really, really love you and they see the potential for happily ever after. But this idea of like an impossible future seems to be holding them back. Okay. What else could they be feeling? Seven of Pentacles. I feel, this is interesting, you guys, because the Seven of Pentacles is a patient energy. I almost kind of feel like they've been hoping things would change. So you know how I said there might be something going on that makes your person feel like the two of you don't really have a future together as much as they love you. I think they've kind of been hoping that if you guys still continue to like hang out and stuff, maybe over time that situation will resolve each other and you can be together. So I get the sense they've been holding out hope for something like that. What else could they be feeling? The Six of Wands. It's a card of victory, success. I feel like they want you, but they're holding back. It's like they respect you, they admire you, Virgo, they love you, they want to be with you, but there's something getting in the way. Definitely feel free to share if that resonates. What actions could they be taking this week? Page of Pentacles, reaching out. Looks like they're reaching out to you. Could be giving you a gift even. Could be dealing with a fellow earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Like they're definitely reaching out to you. Let's see where it goes. Tell me more. Queen of Pentacles. More earth energy. This is very stable earth energy. I'm going to pull one more card and then we're going to see what it says. Six of Swords. Could be financial. Maybe I'm getting you're too good for me. I can't provide for you. I can't give you the life you deserve. I almost feel that that's also why your person could be holding back, because they wish they could offer you more than what they're able to right now. This is getting deep as we're getting into it. Like when I pulled the cards initially, I was like, oh, it's a situationship. They're not really committing. Okay. And now that we're getting into it, I'm like, this is actually super complicated. I think it could be related to stability, money, career, stuff like that. I mean, Page of Pentacles is a bit of an apprentice energy. Maybe they're in school, right? So maybe, you know, or maybe they went back to school. Maybe they're at a point in their life where they're like, I don't feel like I'm the most financially stable that I've been. And I just don't feel like I can give Virgo what I want to be able to give Virgo. That could also be it, why they're keeping you at arm's distance, right? Interesting. Let's look at you. Tell me about Virgo this week. The Tower. Some shit is going down here. The Tower is a huge shakeup. Something is definitely getting shaken up in this connection. You could be the one initiating it. Maybe you're sick and tired of not being in a defined connection. Maybe you call them out. Maybe you kind of bring up a big conversation that shakes up everything. Tell me more about Virgo's energy, Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so both of you want this. Both of you want this. He's, you know, this person, they've got the Ten of Cups, you know, you got the Ten of Pentacles. I'm like, what's the problem? This is interesting. I feel both of you see a future together. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Tell me more. Two of Pentacles, but it's uncertain. It's an uncertain future. My goodness, you guys, this is an interesting reading. You both see the potential here, but I do think your person is holding back because of various reasons we talked about. I think you could potentially be doing something this week, Virgo, to shake things up because you're tired of being in this limbo. You're like, I want a future. I want somebody I'm going to build a life with. Are we going to do that or are we not going to do it? I almost feel like you might be forcing a conversation this week because you're tired of existing in this limbo. And honestly, it feels profoundly confusing because I think you do feel that they want this with you. So you're probably going to friends and you're like, I am pretty sure that they love me and we could be happy together, but they are completely holding back. What the heck is going on? What could Virgo be feeling? Okay, interesting. Ace of Swords. You're definitely getting some sort of clarity this week, some sort of aha moment, some sort of breakthrough moment. You're realizing something that leads to a new beginning this week. Tell me more, please. Five of Pentacles. Okay, that's a card of feeling left out in the cold. Yeah. This is tough. I do think you feel very left out in the cold by your person's behavior. Five of Pentacles also can be a card of financial challenges. Maybe both of you guys are not in the best place financially right now. Could be that, right? So maybe your person, like I said, they don't feel they can give you what you need. Maybe they're struggling financially. Maybe you're struggling financially, right? So that could be adding a layer of complexity to it. Tell me more, please. Three of Cups. Yeah, this kind of fits with what I was saying a moment ago where I'm like, I feel you're going to your friends, leaning on them, trying to talk this through and figure out, what do we do? You know? Like I could see you going to them and saying like, I don't get it, but they're just, your person, they're just holding back and I don't know why. And I just wish they would let us be together and try, but they don't let us. What actions could you be taking this week? Okay, that's good. I mean, I just kind of keep getting the message here for you that you might be forcing a conversation this week. Like, maybe there's a lot that's been left unsaid. Maybe this has been the elephant in the room and this week you're like sick of it and you're like, nope, we're going to get this shit out in the open. Let's start talking about it, right? Tell me more about what actions Virgo could be taking. The Nine of Cups. I think you do dream of a future with this person, right? You might be saying that to them. Maybe you're the one who's being brave and taking the first step and being like, you know what? Look, I know maybe your life is messy or my life is messier. Maybe both of our lives are messy, but that doesn't mean we can't be together and we can't love each other and have a good future. I could almost see you making some sort of declaration like that to see if it can shift your person and get them to potentially be open to being together and really giving it a shot. What other actions could you be taking? The Emperor. Yeah. I mean, Emperor is, to me, often associated with the workplace. Maybe things are going to turn around for you. Maybe if you've been out of work or struggling financially, maybe there's an opportunity coming in, like a lead. I'm getting the word like a lead on a job might be coming in this week or something that moves in a positive direction. I just feel this could be a situation where both of you have messy stuff going on because life is complicated, right? For all of us. And this might be one of those times where for either you or your person or both of you, life is a little messy. And at the same time, you're trying to navigate these feelings that you have for each other, but life is getting in the way. And I almost feel like both of you know there's potential, but your person is holding back. You might be the one who has to initiate a conversation to see what happens. And then it will be up to them to kind of respond how they want. We can't control how they respond. They have free will. But you might be at the point where you're like, I'm just going to put it out there and tell them that I love them and want a future and I don't care about all the messiness and I want to give it a shot and then see where it lands. Let's see what the potential outcome is. So fascinating, the energy this week. What is the potential outcome? Seven of Cups. Let's pull two more. Page of Wands. Tell me more. What's the potential outcome? okay? I mean, the outcome is suggesting moving from confusion to a much more emotionally open and stable place, okay? This could be a very interesting week for some of you. You know, for those of you who have been in like an undefined, casual situationship kind of scenario where there's actually like a lot of love below the surface, things could be shifting. It's kind of like there is a lot of confusion surrounding the connection right now with the Seven of Cups, but the two cards that follow it are pretty nice. Because the Page of Wands is like that passion that you have, that excitement for each other. And the Ace of Cups is about that brand new beginning in love. So that fits with what I said way back at the beginning of the reading with the Death card, where I'm like, okay, you know, there is something ending this week, but it doesn't necessarily mean your connection is ending. It could be transforming, because the Death card is a card of transformation. Something ends and it leads to a new beginning. So sometimes how I see this show up in a love reading is that it's almost as if the old version of the relationship is done and you're moving into the next phase of the connection. And I do think that's possible with the cards that we see here in the outcome. This might be a week where things shift quite dramatically. But like I said, when I look at the energy, it feels more like it might be you. What do they say? Moving the gauge? What's the phrase I'm looking for? Moving the needle? Like you're the one, you might have to do something. Like I almost feel you're going to take some sort of action or initiate some sort of conversation, and that's what's going to open the door to the next step. But if neither of you do that, I think you're going to get stuck in this place of confusion. But I feel like this week is presenting an opportunity, like with that Tower. Like I said, it's almost as if you're coming in this week, Virgo, and you're like, nope, I don't want to continue to exist in this limbo. I want to actually like see if we can explore this and turn it into something more. Like what I see is you kind of not knowing how they're going to respond and being like, you know, whatever happens, I got to put it out there because I need them to know. And then hopefully they respond well. I mean, hopefully from what I see, it's like they're open to it and they realize there is something here and they are open to maybe exploring it and becoming more serious. You might have to initiate that, but it's fascinating. I think there is potential here for you guys, but I think what's been holding this back is like messiness of life. And I just feel your person has been like, Virgo deserves more. Like Virgo deserves more than what I'm able to give. And it's like they're a bit down on themselves. And again, we've all been there, you know, maybe they do have some tough stuff going on. And so it's not that they don't love you, but they want to be able to give you everything. But life is not perfect. It's messy. So sometimes it becomes a question of like, do we love each other enough that we, you know, even with all the messiness, do we want to give it a try and see if we can navigate it? I'm not trying to make it sound simple, because if life is messy, it's probably not going to be simple. But, you know, if you have that love and that foundation and both of you are willing to fight for it, that says something. So this week could potentially bring some movement in this situation if you're resonating with this. Very fascinating. So I'm going to leave it there for you, Virgo. If you enjoyed this reading, you know what to do. Give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Happy Halloween. Wishing you guys all the best, and we'll talk soon. Bye, Virgo.